Okay, we are now recording again. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, like no sooner do I end the last one that everything just kind of goes a little nuts. So I decided, you know what? Screw it. Reaccess my X account. So, yeah. Drama alert. Timeline of events. This is basically all what we're after, right? This is what we're looking for. President Trump versus Elon Musk, a timeline of events. It's the 28th of May. Elon Musk's time as a government employee concludes. As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The Doge mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. Okay? This was like, what, a week ago? Down here. So skip forward to 2 days ago. Elon Musk attacks Trump, the Trump-backed Big Beautiful Bill. Elon Musk, I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. It's a massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill. Hang on. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You will know you know you did wrong. You know it. Uh. And then we get to here. This was this morning. President Trump responds, this is what I was looking for. This is the video I was looking for. So Trump responds to Elon Musk's criticism of the bill, says Elon is upset that the EV mandate was being cut out. Okay.
But if they picked him, I would have won Pennsylvania. I won it by a lot. But I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate because that's billions and billions of dollars. And it really is unfair. We want to have cars of all types. Electric, we want to have electric, but we want to have a gasoline, combustion. We want to have different. We want to have hybrids. We want to have we want to be able to sell everything. And when that was cut, and Congress wanted to cut it, it became a little bit different. And I can understand that. But he knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape, he said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Mr. President, I just want to clarify, did he raise any of these concerns with you privately before he raised them publicly? And this is the guy.
Okay, what was I going to say about that? What was I going to say about it? Was talking about they got rid of the EV. Oh yeah, that's it. Well, I'm not that surprised they got rid of the EV tax credits. I mean, look, this is the thing. This is kind of the thing I was saying. It's like what Elon Musk wants to do, which is electric vehicles, etc., mainly electric vehicles, as his transition to a more renewable and sustainable energy future, is like antithetical to what the Republicans want. It's what people have basically been saying the problem is. It's like when Musk decided to sort of jump in bed with these people, you now have a situation where, I mean, they're not going to stop buying their, like, F-150s to get themselves a Cybertruck. That's not going to happen. You're not going to see that in rural communities at all. I always thought it was bizarre when I saw, like, sort of Trump supporters basically outside Tesla dealerships, sort of like chanting and praising how amazing it is. It's like, this isn't going to last. This is not going to last. This is a weird, like, sort of almost cult-like thing where Tesla sort of became attached to it. On both sides, where people were being dumb and they were burning down, cars and they were burning down outlets and stuff, which was stupid. But it was never going to last because there was no natural, like, love for it. Like, people, people on that side just aren't naturally drawn to electric vehicles. They don't like electric vehicles. That's the point. So it was always bizarre. It's like, of course, that's the reason why Tesla's stock was going down and why people weren't buying it anymore, because the people who would his natural consumer base were moving away from him and going to other vehicles. Anyway, okay, so this is today. Elon responds to Trump's interview denying he saw the bill ahead of time. False. This bill was never shown to me. Never once was it passed. Even even once it was passed in the dead of night. So fast that almost no one in Congress even read it. Okay. Again, earlier on. Elon has a string of tweets shared of old tweet statements. Where is this guy today? Man, this guy would win in a landslide. Ah, okay. I'm assuming he's talking about cutting the. We should use the balanced budget amendment. Politicians don't have the will to cut spending. Ironic. That's from. Wow, that's a lot. 2021. That's no, yeah, 2011. 2011. I cannot believe the Republican are extending the debt ceiling. 2013, we've seen that before. We used to balance the budget. Again, 2011, 2012. Republicans should not give Barack Obama the authority to raise the debt individually. Well, this is what politicians always do. They always, the Republicans in particular, because I kind of expect the Democrats to spend. I just do, because they want to kind of, enlarge social programs to try and help more people. The Republicans are the one who constantly talk about how they want to cut spending, but they don't. They never ever do. They cut taxes, which is revenue, but then they don't cut spending. So it gets even worse. If you're going to increase spending, you have to at least make sure you've got a steady stream of revenue. So either fund the IRS so you can actually get the money in from people who have, or who should be paying, or increase taxes. Ideally, a little bit of both. Okay, so you've actually got revenue coming into the country, but they never do that ever. Obama is bankrupt in the country. Our debt finances China's military, I suppose so. It's time to get tough. We hold all the cards. Let's make America great again. That was from 2015, so that's just before he came in. Yes, it's well, we all know what it is. It's basically sort of saying, 10 years ago, yeah, around 10 years ago, Donald Trump. But again, Donald Trump had no power 10 years ago. This was before he became president, and it's easy to sort of say these things because once you get into power, like I think it was Trump himself who said that, like, it says that people don't want fiscally conservative and socially liberal. What they want is socially conservative and fiscally liberal. So lots of spending, but not a big fan of immigrants. That's one of the arguments he made, and it obviously appeals to his base. So, okay, we're out. Trump went as far as saying Elon Musk. Elon went as far as saying Trump would have. Okay, so this is the where that one came in. Would that mean Trump would have lost the election? Yeah. Elon goes on to say he supports EV solar incentive cuts, something which Donald Trump said he was upset about. Elon Musk calls for reconciliation bill to be killed in the Senate. Bill. The Senate is losing confidence over the reconciliation bill. Elon Musk asks if it's time for a new political party. Okay, so we're kind of like anyone who follows UK politics. Nigel Farage pushed very hard for Brexit and said that if Brexit happens, no matter what its flavor, once it's done, he will step back. His goal ultimately was, to leave the European Union and then let democracy play it out, right? That's obviously not happened because even though Brexit has happened, you can basically say, oh, we didn't do a full Brexit because we didn't do exactly what we said what Brexit should have been. It's kind of like backseat driver type stuff. That's basically what he's saying here. Is a little bit like, okay, they've just proved themselves not to be like real MAGA, so I'm going to create the true MAGA party, blah, blah, blah. The only problem is that he's not allowed to run the president because Elon Musk isn't a natural born citizen, a naturalized citizen. Who suggests Elon had no way.
Things are happening in this room, and I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration and they love us, and then At some point, they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. But we
So
have it
Elon
without
Musk
the
has
city.
TDS.
And they wake up in the morning, and the glamour's gone. The whole world is different, and they become hostile. I don't know what it is. Someday you'll write a book about it, and you'll let us know. Yeah. Things are happening in this room, and
Okay. Trump then drops multiple tweets at Elon Musk. Crazy. Oh. Elon was always saying this one. Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away Elon's leaving mandate and forced everyone to buy electric car, but no one else wanted. That's the point I was simply making. You know, the Republican base isn't going to buy EVs, but even like EVs. The only reason they bought EVs is because Trump bought a Tesla from Elon when the stock kept collapsing. It was political. It was never organic. He just went crazy. Okay, and this one here says, the easy way to save money and out of our budget billions and billions of dollars is to eliminate Elon's government subsidies on contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Oh. A bit later on, Elon Musk accused Trump. Oh, okay. This is interesting. This is why I signed, even though I said I never would. I have an account with X. I did log on because I thought, you know what? I want to actually see the details of this thing. Time to drop the real big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein file. This is the real reason why they've never been made public. Have a nice day, Donald J. Trump. Mark this pause for the future. The truth will come out. I've heard this, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, Epstein knew a lot of people. That's just the sort of person he was. He knew a lot of people. He made it a point of pride to have like a Rolodex full of like fancy names and contacts. That was just, well, that was among many things. That was a shtick he had among many things. Apparently, wasn't there a thing here about Trump going to the island? Trump responds saying that he doesn't mind if Elon turns against him. I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done it months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented to Congress. Well, it's a record cut in expenses, $1.6 trillion, and the biggest tax cut ever. If this bill doesn't pass, there will be a tax increase. It worse, I don't care. I didn't create this mess. I'm here to fix it. This puts our country on the path to greatness. Make America great again. I think he's getting concerned, if I'm honest with you, reading that one. Elon Musk says SpaceX will be decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft in response to threatening to terminate Elon's contract. Ooh. Terminate Elon Musk government subsidies. Okay. In light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contract, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Okay, so if that happens, it effectively means that, like, the United States won't have, at least via SpaceX, a credible vehicle or credible launch vehicle, because they'd have to wait for like Blue Origin or Boeing or something, and they're just not ready yet. That was 30 minutes ago, that last update. Do I dare refresh and see if we've got more? That's the last one. Wow. That Epstein. As soon as I saw the Epstein comment, I was a bit like, okay, we're getting very personal now. This is too, I mean, these are guys who do not like being criticized at all. I mean, remember when Elon Musk was, accused that guy of being a pedophile? I mean, that's basically what he did. He flat out accused Donald Trump of being a pedophile. Interesting times ahead, people. Interesting times ahead. Right. Okay. Well, I guess this was part 2. But I'm sure there'll be more in the future. Right. Take care, everyone.